Live and recording. What was that? All right. So now we're recording. So cool. All right. As we kind of get started today, I really wanted to bring out that deep diaphragmatic breathing. And so for the next week, if you haven't already, really kind of focus on that. I find that, as you start getting ready to do a Qigong practice, we'll kind of stand and do the deep breathing. But you can also use that to center and ground yourself at any point during the day. And I would also just encourage to kind of make that deep breathing just second nature as you kind of go through the day. I've been working on that in the last couple of years of just as I go through my day, I'm just constantly, and now I'm aware that I've got this deep diaphragmatic breathing. And it not only does it just, it oxygenates your system. And what's interesting is your brain uses 1/5 of your entire oxygen supply to run the brain. So the brain, utilizes a huge amount of your oxygen to come in. So the more that you're able to oxygenate the body and release carbon dioxide, then the more efficient your system will run, the deeper it will run. But it also provides that link to the parasympathetic nervous system so that you feel that centering, calming, and it is hard to take a deep breath without being mindful of the present moment. And when you do that, it kind of just releases everything, your other thoughts during the time of that thought. And so you kind of release everything and you're able to kind of be more centered. I would say just pay attention to putting your heart into your mind into your heart, your solar plexus region as you breathe in and do that diaphragmatic breathing and get a feel for that centeredness. And then once you really get a feel for it, no longer check to see if it's there. Trust that it's going to be there, because then it will take you deeper into relaxation, deeper into mindfulness, deeper into that present moment. And then you're able to feel when your body starts to tense or your mind starts to tense more. And then you can begin to make a response and then still wait instead of waiting until, it's progressed in your system and now you're more tense. So, I will use it to become immediately centered at some point in my day, but also the more that I'm just constantly using that deep breathing, then it kind of just helps keep me focused and in tune with myself. So I would encourage you to do that through the week. All right. Questions with anything before we get started?
Sensei, I was going to tell you, I ran across an article that talked about deep breathing and the vagus nerve that comes down. Yeah. Did you send that to me? Do I remember that correctly? You did. That was really, really interesting. I also came across the fact that now the medical community is just discovering how impactful that vagus nerve is and stimulating it, which the diaphragm breathing does that. And now what they're doing, they're actually putting an implant in people with depression to electrically stimulate that nerve. But the most effective way of it is what you teach us, which is that deep breathing and how that diaphragmatic breathing actually stimulates that nerve.
Yes.
So there's a really good reason why that's so impactful on people's mood and overall health if it's done over a long period of time.
Exactly.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting that this is something that those guys had figured out 4,000 or 5,000 years ago, and we're just now starting to figure out that how important it is.
Exactly. It's cool that we're kind of seeing the why, the how and why of it, how it works, and I love that just because it's incredibly impactful. It's very simple, and it's just really just breathing, but we don't. And we've known for years, decades, hundreds of years, your breath will impact your emotional response. but it also is a telltale sign of your emotional response as well. If you start feeling more stressed, if you start getting more tense mentally, physically, instead of breathing from the diaphragm, it reverts more to chest breathing. And so when you sense that, just go back, nice deep breath, and you begin to regulate your breathing. The phrase is you regulate until there is non-regulation. And it just means that it becomes second nature. And how important that is. But yeah, the research coming in from that vagus nerve, and they call, you know, the gut the second brain, and because it sends so many different signals and it works, you know, with the brain, it's amazing.
Yep.
So, cool. All right. Well, let's get busy. Get my chair moved here. Coffee out of the way. All right.
Be right back.
Okay. Yeah, your screen just went away. There we are. All right. So while we're waiting for PJ, then Miguel, just kind of feet together, one hand. There we go. All right, so PJ, we're just going to stand. So feet together. You can have them completely together. You can have them slightly shoulder width apart. It doesn't matter. I choose this just for personal reasons. One hand over the other, lower dantian, and here we just want to breathe. So nice deep breathing. Feel that breath coming in, get centered, release everything out of your mind. Breathe deep into the belly. Kind of push your diaphragm down in all directions and see if you can feel it pushing towards the back as well as the side. Continue to breathe so you feel your ribs come out a little bit and then fill up your chest. Then as you exhale, chest, ribs, diaphragm. Just repeat. Your mind and your heart region, feel you being that centeredness. One more good deep breath. All right, feet about shoulder width apart. Just kind of bounce up and down. Let your shoulders relax. Let your whole body just relax. You can have fun with it, move a little bit. But if you feel any tension in your body, let it go. Don't forget to breathe deep. All right, bring it down. Feet about a little wider than shoulder width. Between the arms. Toes face forward. Knees slightly bent. Your shoulders and your hips are creating the rotation to swing your arms. The arms are loose and relaxed. Have one forearm strike across the abdomen, the other one across your lumbar region. Now, hit up to lung one. Nice deep breaths. Now let the hands drop down again. Just feel the air moving through them. Take your palms, spread your index finger, your little finger, and your thumb, activating that palm point. Bring it down, feet together. Now knock, like the fist, knock your sternum. Just kind of waking up the body, waking up the nerve endings, come across your chest. You can get into that lung one area here. Come down center line, waking up the torso. Good conditioning, but we're using this just to wake up the body. Across the shoulders, traps. Knock down the outside of your arm, up the inside. Other side. Come down to the kidneys, knocking on the kidneys. And then roll down from glutes, hamstrings, calves. Come up the inside, back on the hip flexors. Down the backside, up the inside. Back up the chest. All right, then just shake it out. Then hands down, raise, up to chest level, deep breath, exhale. Little finger and thumb spread. Split heaven and earth. So bend the knees a little bit. You kind of pump up. Right hand spirals down and presses through the wrist. Your elbow joint is not locked. It has a slight bend. I'm pressing through my shoulder, that joint, through my elbow, and then pressing from the wrist down. Hand is parallel to the floor, and I'm kind of getting this spiraling. Same thing, I'm spiraling up. And here I want to breathe as on the stretch so that I open up the rib cage and the fascia that's here. Exhale, inhale. I can lean off the side a little bit. You want to just create this stretch. And I want to feel this torque of the spiral. So I should feel this from this line of tendons and running through triceps. Inhale, inhale. Exhale. One more time. Spread the feet out just a little bit. And with, once the little finger and palms conclave, we're going to press out and press back. Scoop. You can bend the knees a little bit. Press. You can look behind you to get an extra stretch. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Pattern your movement slow and steady to your breath. And with inhale, nice and deep, diaphragm. And when I push out, I'm pushing from my core, anchoring my foot, pushing through my body, extending. Feel the root underneath you. Imagine your energy is about 2 to 4 feet into the ground. So as I'm feeling myself push, I have a very stable base, but it's very fluid through my knees and my hips. No tension. My base is solid. One more time. All right, walk it up. Just raise, let the hands float up. Monitor your energy, just resonate with it. All right, go into the Min Zen. So just kind of working, one hand coming out. Continue with that real quick. Adjust something here. There we go. All right. So imagine you've got the stones that we use in your hands, so you're trying to keep your palm as flat towards the ceiling as possible. Nice deep breaths. You can do 2 at once. You're doing this. Pay attention to your spine. Here I'm tucking my tailbone in a little bit. It creates that dragon back as I go through. So now I'm getting this unified movement in my body. And of course I can come out, or I can turn in. And of course you can do them both. And then for fun, you can also just use an if both hands at one time. The key to the rotation is in the hips and the shoulders. And you can go the other way. One more move. Bring it down. Float the hands up. Feel throat, heart, solar plexus, root. Float up, float down. Now, just Take, very similar to our palm, going to come up, nice relaxed, and the hips out a little bit. Just let them fall. I tend to rotate shoulders, wall through the elbows, but you just want to get a nice inhale, exhale. One more time. Go back, float, come down. Walk your feet out. You can either interlace your fingers or just let them come up. As you get right up to your face, top of your head, turn it over, press to the sky, but lean back as far as you're comfortable. This is the inhale. You want to stretch along the front. Then the exhale, stretch along the back. Bend the knees, roll up. The back, I like spreading out so you feel that torque in your back and your shoulders. Come forward. The knees stay not quite locked, but almost. I want to stretch and activate the muscles and the meridians in the back of my legs. So this stretch works the front, the inside of the body. This will work the yang side, the back of the body. Last time. Roll up, walk the feet in, up shoulder width apart. Roll the hands up. Nice deep breathing, focused. Feel your energy. Nerve endings come alive, send signals, but also just feel the energy that you feel in your chi and also in your, just in your body, in your mind. I want you to raise hands up. Exhale, push out. Lift the elbows. Swim back behind. Curl around. Sink down, bend the knees a little bit. Come up as if you're cascading energy down. So it's up, out, around, sink down. Imagine picking up earth energy, then cascade it down. You can play with the breath. Right now, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Now, as you get more comfortable with, say, this movement, you can start to move the body as you feel like you want to. So as I'm pulling up, I'm imagining all this energy in my body just kind of vibrates with it. This is my inhale. I bend my knees, shoulders down, elbows down. I push out. Imagine energy pushing through my hands, my heart. I'm going to spiral up. Maybe I move my hips. Like I said, you just feel how do you get the most of this? You do it according to your own breath and your timing. If for any reason you can't go bend as low in your knees, go as low as you can, as you feel comfortable. Be open to your feelings and feel what you feel. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right. Feet about shoulder width apart. Working on lungs. So remember, if we want to engage with all the modalities, if I'm working on my lungs and for the lung, the organ of the lung, then I'm going to visualize bright white light. The sound I'll use is, so you always start with this attitude of gratitude, this inner smile, just sending positive messages through your body, your mind. Up. Just feel that energy resonate with your hands, your arms, your body. Take one breath all the way up. You could hold it for a beat or two if you wish. Turn the hands over. For the exhale, just imagine resonating white light energy in my lungs, crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar plex, sacral, root. One more time. Now, bring the hands up in front. So, knees slightly bent, toes forward, shoulders down, elbows out. Just enough tension to support your frame. Resonate. Feel the resonation of energy. Tuck your chin slightly, your tailbone in slightly. Imagine you've got a string attaching to the crown of your head, pulling your neck up. Now shift to your left foot. Extend your right palm and point your left finger towards your palm. Come back to center. Shift your weight to your right foot. Extend your left hand. Point your right finger to your palm. You can put your mind in your palm and your finger. Come back to center. Bring the hands down. Float them up. Down. Imagine I'm feeling my energy rise up, say from abdomen into heart and back down again. Hands to your side. Raise them up to the side. Connect your index finger and your thumb. So this is my inhale. On the inhale, bring my elbows together. The exhale, turn my hands over, release all energy. Create this nice flow in your body. You should feel like I'll feel my tailbone. I'll sink it a little bit, create this roll in my spine, comes out. I sink my chest, roll my elbows in. Feel all the connection between your joints. One more time. All right. Bring your hands down. Still connect your index finger and your thumb. Stand and absorb. Deep diaphragmatic breathing. Breathe into your lower dantian. Imagine you've got an energy ball that's formed and rolling. If you feel tension anywhere in your body, note it, let it go. All right, deep breath. Hands down, we'll move to water. The feet slightly more than shoulder width. I like to pull my knees in. My feet are turned in a little bit. You can pull your toes back, as we had talked about in some other videos, and it helps to energize your kidney 1 point. As I come down, my palms, the back of my palms are together, pulling energy up through my legs. Shoulders are down. They don't raise the shoulders. Come out and spread. Because we're working on the kidneys now, which is the water element, then blue is the color. And if you want to use the sound, it's joy, like C-H-O-I. So, when you vocalize the sounds out loud, you're working on the physical plane. More whispered, the emotional plane. In your head, more the spiritual plane. One more time. All right, now, hands behind you, bear holds ball behind. Kind of same thing as we did in the front. Just roll the shoulders back, sink the shoulders down. Still breathing the diaphragm. And you'll feel differences. If I put out my chest like this as a standing military, I find it much harder to engage my diaphragm. So we want to be able to sink the chest a little bit while rolling and pressing the shoulders down so that I can still engage my diaphragm muscles. The diaphragm is a muscle like any other in the body. So the more that we can work it on all sides, better it'll be. All right. Hands in front, float up and down. One more time. All right. If you feel more comfortable, spread your feet just a little bit. We're going to work on the liver. So now liver has to do with the wood element. Liver is going to be, of course, green, and it'll be a sh sound. So as I come through, I come over the side because you have liver and gallbladder meridians that run up the legs, pair together on the sides. Gallbladder descends to the head. Now, Even when we're doing this, and I turn my hands over. Let it begin with just making sure the shoulders are down, pressing from the shoulders, gently through the elbows, through the wrists, till you're elongating. We'll use let your tendons, ligaments, rather than muscular force. More time. Now, turn the body to the side. I'm turning to the right. I'm up. One hand in front, one hand in back. The palm's going to come across your head and exchange front and back. So exhale. Inhale. Imagine you've got energy coming from the palm of your hands, where you should have your palms in concave position, and sending energy through your brain, through the gallbladder meridians. Just feel that energy light up. One more time. Lay it down. Just have them in front of you. Stand and absorb. Knees are slightly bent. And pull your toes in. But when you pull your toes in, still, the tendency is to think now, because you're going to feel the ball of your foot and the sole. But also remember, I'm sinking my energy 4 feet into the ground. So I can breathe in to lower dantian. So I breathe out, I can send energy down into the floor. Like with the video I sent and the write-up again, types of meditation. You can start incorporating some of these meditations into your personal practice, even during the Qigong flow. All right, so we have gone from metal, lungs, kidney, water, liver, wood. Next is going to be fire in the heart. So heart, obviously color is red. The sound is right. There's a few moves we can do. One of the cloudy hands is probably one of my favorites. This isn't necessarily timed to a breath, but personally I do inhale, exhale. Be in touch with your body, your breath. Mind leads chi. You can lower the hand palm facing it to lower dantian. I feel a resonation between my palm, sacral chakra or lower dantian. I can bring it up to the forehead. And I feel that connection between the energy in my palm and and third eye. Bring it back down to heart. All right. Next flow for heart. This will be similar to, I guess, crocodile and Xingyi, or just a high block and a punch, both other style. But this hand, say this, in this case, my left hand is going to spiral up, and it's going to raise up, and I'm going to push, and I'm going to push. My right hand is going to go across. So what I have, if this were martial arts, this would be this. Okay, Xingyi, this drops a little bit more, so I'm down here now. I'm going to spiral through my elbow and my wrist with my left hand. Right hand points to the elbow, and just it exchanges. Now this is going to push across, and right hand's going to spiral up. Inhale. Exhale. My mind, I'm pushing my energy, leading my energy out from my palms. Lead energy, sending it out away from me, pushing through my heart. Color is red. Again, a bit more. One more time. Bring it back down. Now raise up. Shoulders down, elbows down. Press from the heart. Diamond shaped out. Now hold here. Resonate energy through your heart outward. So with this, you can learn to breathe in. Imagine you're breathing in through your heart and breathing out through your heart. Say hello to Jeffy. All right, come down. So now we have stomach and spleen. The color is yellow. It is earth element. Come on down, baby girl. All right. So now I'm going to push out. Inhale. Push out. Move the hips back. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, I roll the back, roll the hands. As I bring them around my side, my shoulders are down. They're not raised up, but I've got to bring my hands through. Coming right across from just under the ribs, coming through where stomach and spleen. And I like to roll my hand, my press down to my wrist, my fingers pressing up as I press out. The sound is WHO. Imagine gathering all that energy up, feeling it, and just sending it through your system, clearing, strengthening. One more time. Now, right hand stays a couple inches below your navel. Left hand comes out. Circle around, replace it. Right hand will move up. Left hand comes underneath. Breathe in. Send out. Breathe in. Last one. All right. Knees bent, elbows at your side, forearms parallel to the floor, palms concave. Bring in your toes a little bit. Send your palms off to the side so you're pointing your fingers down at about a 45-degree angle. And here, stand and absorb. This is a good opportunity to do 4 gates or 5 gates breathing. While I'm imagining breathing in, as I breathe in through, obviously, my lungs, I'm imagining taking energy in from my palms, soles of my feet from the earth, and energy through my crown chakra down to my center. And I can either compress it in the center with a ball, or I can send it back through my palms and my feet. We have tension in the body other than what it takes to uphold your skeletal system. The more tense you are, the more you hinder flow of energy. The more relaxed you are, the greater and more efficient will be its flow. All right? If need be, walk your feet in to on the shoulder width. Now with this, come up the sides. This is full body flow. Imagine violet light, purple coming down and resonating with crown chakra, third eye, throat, heart, solar plex, sacral, root. As I mentioned, purple or violet is the color. H-E-E is the sound. He. So it's one more time. Now just stand. Fingers pointed down. Absorb. Now, feet together. One hand over the other at lower dantian. And then just stand. Now, in this, because of the way you're standing with your feet so close together, at times the body kind of wants to sway. Let it. You want everything relaxed. You don't need to force anything. So don't add to it, but don't take away from it. If you feel yourself move, let yourself move. You only have enough tension to support your skeletal structure. One more deep. All right, gentlemen. See if I have more coffee left. So how are we doing?
Great. Thank you as always for your time. One thing I know in December you introduced a newer one that kind of included the heart. We come here and then we dig down deep into the earth and then we bring that up. I like that today you said, as we get more comfortable with it, we can add a little bit more movement to it. So that helped me today because before I felt really tense. When I added a little bit more movement today, I felt very free and relaxed. So thank you. And then this week, PJ, Charles, all of us in class talking about we worked on doing like 2 movements at once. And I told the other sensei that this right here in Qigong is like the hardest exercise when you just stay still, because you're trying to stand. It looks super easy, but you're focusing on your breath, it's hard because you have tension and trying to release the tension. But we were just relating that and trying to do 2 moves on other martial arts at one time to what we do here. So this is really helpful.
Good. This is one of the best one that's a standing meditation, Zhanshuang. It's a Chinese, standing like a tree, standing like a pole. It is actually one of the most beneficial Qigong standing meditations that you can do when you're just in here. And you want shoulders down. I don't need to have them up here because my shoulders are raised, but just kind of a natural. The elbows tend to want to drop. So you just want them in this comfortable kind of spot that's here. And what you do in standing meditation is actually, I find, more efficient and effective than a lot of the movements, but the movements are also important. The things that you're doing, because with Qigong, it is 60% mind leads Qi. It's what's happening with the mind and heart. 30% is your breath, and you're wanting to unify that. And of course, then 10% are there's the body moves that we do. But it is when you're doing this standing, whether it's here, and I love this one, or even down here, anything that we do, I've become a really big fan of this one that I do during the earth element. And I found that from a Xingyi master this is how he would stand and do a lot of his Xingyi standing meditation. And it was just, you're just absorbing that energy and bringing it in. But it's what you're doing with your breath, where you're sending that energy, and feeling the tension in your body is huge. And whenever we have any new movement, you're trying to process it intellectually as well as, kinesthetically. And so you're kind of engaged in your mind. So there's going to be a little bit of tension. The more that you get free with that, and then and that's perfect. So yeah, that's exactly what you want to do, is just feel that freedom as you move in.
Okay.
And then yes, use that in your martial arts. Still be free. Be without tension. Be with intention, but only enough tension to do what you need, to affect what you need to. And it's using the mind more and leading that energy and using that as your source of energy rather than our muscles.
Great. Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Certainly. Certainly.
I was real happy to see you talk about that last piece about how wobbly, because I was feeling that when you said it. I'm like, okay, good. So I'm not the only one that feels like.
I'm cool. Let's do it.
It's a great way to start the day. I really appreciate your time, buddy. It starts my day on the right foot, nice and relaxed, and those soft movements. I don't know about you, Miguel, but my thing is that I have to slow myself down. I have a tendency to rush through these movements, and I don't think you realize the full benefit when you rush through it. They're designed to be nice and slow and calm and all of that. So.
Yeah, I'm with you, PJ. So, Renchi, I'm hoping over time I can fix that too, because I rush through it, and then sometimes I just catch myself like, hey, I'm not breathing when I'm rushing through it. I need to stop.
Exactly. Yeah. When I rush through it, I realize I'm not doing the deep breathing that we're supposed to.
Right.
Slowing it down is nice. So.
Well, and that's where, remember, this is your practice. This is your journey with this. And what this is, and we all have gone through the same thing. And I remember when I first started learning Qigong, at first I wanted, okay, it's going to give me power. And that's part. There is a hard Qigong. There is, I have different versions of I Ching Jing. Some are very loose and relaxed, and others, once you set in place, then you begin a little bit more of a static isometric exercise. Say hi to Jesse. And, so there's a place for all of that. But the important part of the Qigong is you are learning how to harmonize that mind, heart, energy, breath, body. So and that's where all of a sudden you'll find, oh, I'm not breathing. Okay, breathe. Or, okay, if I come back and I roll my shoulders back too much, I seem to disengage from my chest. I'm going more to chest breathing. How can I change that to more diaphragmatic? So you become more aware and you correct those things that adhere to the highest principle of deep diaphragmatic breathing. When you feel tension in the body, then you let it go. And you'll start feeling, the more that you walk with this and it becomes your journey, the more relaxed in your body you'll get. You'll realize places where you hold stress you never knew that you did before. And the more that you let that go, you get in tune with it. It takes time. The more that you get in tune with it and you start letting those micro tensions go out of the body, you'll have more peace, more centeredness, less stress, better responses to stress, better use and efficiency of energy because you're not wasting your energy in keeping your body tense. So there's a lot of benefits. And the more calm your mind, the more silence your mind becomes, the more you let your true self out, the more your true self kind of comes to the surface, and you can operate more from that true self. That's why I like the deep breathing, that centered breathing. Use that to go through your day. We talk about being led by our center, our Hara, our Dantian. And that's good for our movements because that's our center of gravity. But that deep breath, that vagus nerve coming down into here as well. As you begin to, whether you put your mind in your lower Dantian, or a lot of times I'll go into heart and solar plexus chakra, then for centeredness, the more that you do that for your day, the more that you'll become mindful, more present moment, the more that your true self, your original self, is able to come to the surface. And that's the place where you are moving from spirit, you're moving with intuition. You're moving more from your core rather than from your mind, your ego mind.
Yeah, yeah, this was really good. We appreciate your time, Renshi. Thank you for that. I missed doing this over last few weeks that my mom was here, but you know, I plan on doing this regularly every Saturday. And thank you for your time.
Well, certainly. Well, I'm glad you got to spend time with your mom. That was a good stay. That was a whole month.
Yeah, yeah, it was nice. She went back a couple of days ago, and like I said, I missed these sessions. So, so you know, I appreciate your time. I know that you know, you're sharing your art with everybody, and you're putting your own time into this. So, thank you for that.
For
That's what
sure.
I'm here for. Makes my heart happy.
Are we gonna are we able to order the Living Life shirts yet?
No, but I'm thinking.
All right, let us know.
Hey, let me know if we have interest. You know,
Put me down for a few. Put me down for a few.
Yeah, yeah, it would be nice actually.
Yeah.
You know, I was a little tardy this morning. Were you guys talking about your trip down here in the near future?
It just came up. I had talked to Jamie, you know, to Sensei a little bit, in part about who could task, who didn't, and when he might want to bring me up. And I know y'all were talking about it. So I haven't heard on a date yet, but you know, I'll get with him and we'll see.
Okay. All right.
And then Miguel asked what I would do more karambit on my seminar, and you know,
yeah,
talk to him. You know,
I'm interested in Qigong, so whatever you got for us, I'm definitely signing up.
Well, what I figured, you know, normally we come in on Friday, you know, leave out on Sunday. I might change that since I don't have to be at work anywhere. But you know, there's still Saturday morning to do Qigong, and then the seminar, if you've got the time available,
yeah,
during the afternoon. I do want to start teaching from the Tiger 6 or the 6 Tigers form, the Inam Machang. But you know, I'll be glad to do. If you guys have something that you feel like you want to work on, then you know, let Sensei know, and I'm happy to do that too. All right.
Sounds like you got a lot you could teach us now. So I'm excited. Whatever you want to do, I'm ready.
No, y'all just move on down here and let's just, you know.
I know.
All right, guys.
All right. Take care.
All right. Have a great day. We'll see you. See you today.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.